I liked it. I thought it was pretty rushed. Don't get me wrong. This makes a decent effort to expand on the lore that we know and love already, and it is a return to J.J. Abrams' vision after Rian Johnson pretty much ripped up that vision with The Last Jedi and turned that up on its head. And I was very interested to see how they were going to tie all this stuff together and keeping the story canon, and trying to please everybody, because let's just put it this way, J.J. Abrams, I think he's a giant in his field. He's given us some great stuff like Lost. My favourite thing that he gave us was Fringe, because I'm a big X-Files fan. And this was like a 21st century kind of version of X-Files. Very good. Recommend it if you haven't seen it. Very good story, good storytelling. Straight away, this thing was an impressive look at the visuals. You got to have a look at some expansion of the ships, characters. Kylo Ren's journey was particularly fascinating. There's a point where you think, is he redeemable? Really kept me on the edge of my seat. I really enjoyed it. Thing is, as a filmmaker, you can't help but be very aware of how much screen time you've got during these things. And when you keep popping things in there, you're going, I'm interested in that now. I want to know more about that. For example, they expanded on Poe's character a bit. Not enough screen time to show off this other character that they threw in. The Jawas, you know, there's Wootity, and of course that you had who sold the droids in A New Hope. There are problems. I don't want to slate the film too much for. There's this thing where they go into a tunnel to find something, which they need to locate something else, and there's sand creatures guarding it, and by the time it's over, you're like, kind of like, what was that there for? There's a character that returns that is not really deserving of its return. They throw in the inciting incident as part of the rolling credits for this character's return, going, no, you know, that should have been signposted in the earlier kind of story. I mean, Darth Vader gets his thing straight into New Hope. You see him fly off at the end, which sets him to return in Empire Strikes Back, and then something similar in Return of the Jedi. But this one, I had a problem with that. She does something to save one of the main characters who you think perishes. And when that happens, you go, oh, wow. Okay, well now I'm going to guess that she is... And I won't say anything, I don't want to spoil it. She's got kind of like these dark side tendencies where she's learning how to try and deal with her hatred of Kylo Ren, and it leads to a very interesting place. Having said that, the fights looked a bit kind of sluggish and a little bit too rehearsed. I found them to be a bit lackluster. I mean, I mentioned Return of the Jedi before, and I'm going to say it again now. When Luke Skywalker was in the throne room, he was hiding from Darth Vader before he said something to provoke him out, and then no, that's not going to happen. I'm not going to let you kill the people I love and care about. He comes out and there's this epic lightsaber fight. This kind of like a choir of score comes in as the fight grows and intensifies, and he whacks Darth Vader into a corner. He keeps going at him and going at him until he slices his hand off, and he realizes his hand is kind of like signals where he will go. Comes to terms with his own kind of like, my God, I just gave into this hatred, and that's exactly what Yoda told me to stay away from, and he throws his lightsaber away, and that fight was great. And there's a little something of that kind of magic, I feel, in this scene between Ren and Kylo, and the way they kind of have their last scene together. but it doesn't really have the kind of gravitas that it's done for in the past with those kind of things. Rian Johnson and J.J. Abrams had two different visions for this franchise. And that seems to have been what a lot of people have been angry about. But you know what? Fan service, I'll go so far as to say, yeah, of course I'm a fan, I enjoy it. But I'm not going to pretend like a lot of people that I own it, like it belongs to me. And this really annoys me, okay? If you don't like a film, I understand. If you don't like an installment within a franchise that you love, yeah, that's annoying. It doesn't change anything though, you don't own it. People talking and gossiping about how much money it lost. Oh, I'm sorry, you know, is that really going to make a difference in your life? No, okay, I'm a filmmaker and I know what it takes to put the smallest of indie films together. So, you know, I just wish people would show a bit more respect. I thought it was pretty good. I enjoyed it better than Last Jedi. There were some expositional scenes in there. I did enjoy it overall. Carrie Fisher's exit, of course, God rest her, is handled, I think, somewhat tastefully. That was tricky. They used some previous scenes I heard that hadn't been used before in the final edit. So I thought that was done okay. And overall, I liked it. I'm not going to say it's great and it blew me away. The franchise will never be what it was, just like Aliens, just like Terminator. I've said about this before. I really do think it's opened the way for the TV franchise, TV spin-offs this time. I have been watching The Mandalorian, which I think was brilliant. So make sure you check that out if you're a Star Wars fan. But for now, yeah, I'm going to say that definitely go and give it a try, and you might be surprised. But like a lot of franchises, I do think we should let this one go now. Might be time to start up a new franchise altogether. This thing is unfortunately not going to die because Hollywood knows how much money it makes, of course, and we'll have to see what the future brings. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Bye.